which are always tailor made. And in the quotation letter he mentions that that there are chances of having good business if the terms and conditions are most favorable to both the parties. Now, when there is a good suggestion made by a prospective buyer, naturally a businessman will get interested in responding to such an inquiry immediately, and he will send the quotations. That is the second stage. Now, after receiving quotations, if the buyer is satisfied with the conditions on which the seller is ready to supply the goods, sell the goods, then he will go for the third stage, and that is placing an order. Now, order letter is a formal document. By that we mean it is a proof that the two parties have agreed to transact good on certain terms and conditions. An order letter is a proof that the buyer is ready to buy certain quantity at a certain price at a certain agreed terms and conditions. And generally such letters, such orders are being preserved by the manufacturers because they provide a proof of the expectations and the agreed terms and conditions of the buyer. Further, there is always a clear statement of demands made by the buyer in the order letter, whether the demand is for goods or for services. He will state clearly what are his expectations, what does he want to buy. So all these points he will make clear in the order letter. And of course, in an order letter he will also include once again the details of goods and services selected for placing order. My friends might wonder that some of the details are repeated in all the letters, all types of letters that precede the actual event of buying. That is, the price, the actual price, the quantity, the quality, and a brief description of the items that one wants to buy. These details are repeated in the inquiry letter. They are also repeated in the reply letters. They also appear in the quotation letter, and once again they are also repeated to some extent in the ordered letters. But business is a delicate situation. Each party looks for one's own interest. As far as possible, the two parties see to it that there is no misunderstanding that arise between the two. They would like to go smoothly in their interaction, and so they, both the parties find it safe to repeat the details, to cover all the relevant details related to goods and services that they would like to exchange. And that is the rationale, that is the logic why we keep repeating certain features in all the letters that precede the actual instance of purchasing the articles or the services. Here we see that the order letter will include product specifications. Product specifications means size, color, unit number, catalog number, model number, so on and so forth. And there is also given a brief description of the packing or packaging that the buyer wants to go for. Say for example, if the buyer places an order for some kind of liquid, then in how much quantity the liquid will be packed with, is it going to be in the 100 ml pack or 500 ml pack? This kind of details are covered in the order letter. If the item is such which can be counted, then the total quantity, the total number will be specified in the letter. Meaning each item is to be packed individually or in bulk. Such details are covered in the second stage. Again, in the order letter, there will be details regarding the delivery of goods covered. To be more precise, place of delivery, time limit within which the delivery should be made. These details have a lot of importance, because if details are not made clear, then again it will end into confusion. The supplier might send it to a different address. That will again generate more number of correspondence on the part of the buyer, and it might end into slight stretching of relationship. And one important point that generally is included in a order letter is settlement of account, meaning the payment mode, agreed prices and terms of payment. So these details are once again repeated in the order letter. Now I would like to share with you a few sample letters, but in the meantime you can also note these are the useful websites which can from where we can collect more information about all the types of letters that we discussed today. The first one is esl.about.com. This website, it includes all the different kinds of business letters, the theory part, and the actual samples are also covered on this website. This website is worth visiting. The second is www.rong-chang.com, which also provides a brief introduction about commercial communication, how business correspondence is actually handled in real life. It cites number of examples of the manner in which the letters are written. And the best part of this site is, let's go to the third website shown, www.ego4u.com, which of course is a web link. It's an extension of the previous exercise, and there the templates are given. By template I mean the general format of an inquiry letter is given. It's easy to follow the template when especially we are in the beginning stage. The details are given. As we keep on filling each detail, automatically our letter gets ready. So this website is once again worth visiting. And the final one is www.englishclub.com/business-english. This website also contains a number of sample letters. So now let us turn to the sample letters. We'll see the sample letters. The first one that we have seen is, as you can see, a quotation with special terms. This is another example. It says in this quotation letter, it begins with thank you. You can see this. It begins with thank you for your letter of 12th September so and so. Further, in the second paragraph we can see the writer writes, we have pleasure in sending you our catalogue of coolers, which gives you the information about various models. These can be supplied for every voltage. One general advantage of our system is its simple installation, which reduces the initial cost considerably. So the first part we saw, the letter opens with thanking, with an expression of thank. The middle part in the middle part of the letter, there is a brief description of the of the uh, of the information that the writer is sending, where he mentions, we have pleasure in sending you our catalog of coolers. He specifies the product also. And finally, in the final paragraph, he concludes the letter by stating that on orders for 50 and more, we would give you a special discount of 5% of the prices marked in the catalog, and we hope to hear from you soon. So there is an incentive provided by the seller to the buyer that he is ready to supply the goods at 5% discount. So when such a attractive offer is made by the seller, no doubt it is going to end into a positive reply from the buyer. Let us see another sample also. Which is a specimen of order form. In our general discussion, we saw that order can be placed in two ways. Either we include all the details in the letter itself, meaning as part of the body of the letter we specify the type and the quantity of the goods that we are placing order for. This is one way of placing the order, and the second way of placing the order is to attach an order form with the forwarding letter. Now you can see the format of the order form. There is a title given. It has also a regular heading, telephone, fax, then a brief address. The date is mentioned. Then there is an inside address, and dear sirs, kindly supply the following. The items have been tabulated. You can see there is serial number, description of items, quantity, unit price, and amount. So there is absolute clarity about the items that the buyer wants to buy, the total quantity that he wants to have, and the price per unit. Now when it is specified what will be the price per unit, it will not end into any kind of confusion or ambiguity between the buyer and the seller and the total amount. So finally, even the total amount also has been mentioned. So this brings total clarity. Now below I see some equally important details. Below it is written, please send the goods by post parcel. So even the mode of transmission of goods has been clarified. It is only a repetition because earlier both the parties have agreed upon these terms and conditions, but it is, as we saw before, it is necessary to repeat these details in order to avoid any kind of confusion. And the second important point here that the writer mentions is terms 30 days from the date of invoice. It should be delivered within 30 days from the date of invoice, and please send invoice in duplicate, and below there is a signature. So this is the specimen of an order form. The third specimen that I would like to share with you is, this is again a sample of an order letter. Here the details of the items that are ordered, they have been covered in the letter itself. We can see that the letter begins by saying that, dear sir, thank you for your quotation and the price list. We are glad to place our first order with you for the following forms. And below, the details have been shown in a table form. Again, serial number, description, quantity, unit price and amount. So, in the previous sample we saw that the details were written in a separate order form, and here the same details have been covered in the letter itself. Now, out of the two styles, which one is better? Now, it all depends upon the total number of points that you are going to cover. If the total number of points are very many, then it's better to go for an order form style, so that we can include all the details in clearly. And if the number of items that have been placed order are limited, then those items can be covered as part of the letter itself. And the final part is also equally important here. Let's read it. Since the above goods are required to replenish our nearly exhausted stock of these items, we request you to expedite the dispatch by passenger train carriage forward to Belgaum. We shall arrange for taking delivery of the goods at our end. So, there is absolute clarity made by the writer. He specifies that he is ready to collect the goods at the local level, but the goods should be sent by passenger train. And the final so the transmission details have also been covered in the order letter. And the concluding remark is, please send the RR and the invoice at 7.5% discount through Belgaum Bank Limited, Belgaum. Yours faithfully. And there is one more interesting detail that I would like to share with you. This is again, here you can see in the middle part,